Former South Carolina Republican representative said to an anti-war Iraq war veteran, "You should have come home in a body bag." Should have come home in a body bag. Now, Republicans, of course, support the troops. They supported the troops during the war, which meant they wanted them there fighting for false pretenses. They had ribbons on their cars in many cases, Lewis, which, as we know, means they support the troops. However, it now turns out that Todd Kincannon, the former head of the Republican Party in South Carolina, called an Iraq veteran who now opposes the war a sea sucker. We need to be careful with the words, Lewis, because there are words we're not allowed to say on broadcast TV and radio.
A rooster sucker.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. He apparently had a fascination with poultry, was the allegation.
Right.
Exactly right. So who are we talking about here? We're talking about Mike Prysner. Maybe it's pronounced Prysner. I'm not totally sure. Prysner. And Kincannon tweeted, "What do you get when you combine ass-hattery and jizz whistlery with a side of epic douchebaggery?" Quite a poet, this Kincannon, isn't he, Lewis?
Yeah.
And then he said to Mike Prysner, "Hey, you're an Iraq war veteran? Shame you didn't come home in a body bag. Shame you didn't come home in a body bag." And then he said, "I wish the Iraqis had better aim with his ass." Quite a troop supporter here, isn't he? Patriot, quite true patriot.
Real patriot.
This
real
is the type of guy
American hero.
that might be called a great American by certain Fox News hosts, for example.
I'm sure he has been. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, the head of the Republican Party in South Carolina, and it's just shocking that this is the type of thing we're hearing from former elected officials. Are we surprised by this? I'm not really that surprised.
I just keep feeling bad for civilized, intelligent human beings that are stuck in this state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one punch
In
after
this
another.
state of retrograde thought, or literally in the state of South Carolina?
One and the same.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, we have some serious problems in South Carolina, as every state does. But actually, I happen to know a number of different people in South Carolina who are progressives, and they say that there are areas of progressive and rational thinking, and you do need to be kind of proactive in finding them, but that there is a lot of retrograde thought that it seems to be stagnant there.
Right.
In South Carolina.
It
And this seems to be part of it.
Seems to be an uphill battle in South Carolina.
And Todd Kincannon, certainly evidence of that. I mean, despicable comments.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the reality. If you served your country by choice, right, you weren't drafted, but then based on the fact that you were misled into war, a war in which presumably many of your colleagues were killed, and you now oppose that war, obviously, Natan, you deserve to have died on the battlefield.
Yeah, of course. It reminds me of this quote. I forgot who it was before the Civil War who was in South Carolina at the time. He was a politician. He said that South Carolina is too small to be a nation, but too large to be an insane asylum. So I do feel sorry for all the people in these states, like Lewis was saying. This is just despicable. This goes beyond political rhetoric, normal political rhetoric.
No, this is a
just
disturbed
downright
individual.
insulting.
Yeah, this is a disturbed individual.